Alright, let's start skipping again, shall we? I think we're past all the feels for a little bit. We can just get this show on the road. And you should be with your wife, because it's only going to be the two
over
of you.
here isn't going to fix this mess.
It's only going to be the two of you now. Have fun. Bye, creepy lady. Okay. And clear that. Perfect. Care to explain your reasons?
Care to explain your reasons?
There you go. Skip. And I think the next option is the end of Becca's chapter, actually. I didn't realize I was so close. Be flying into ashes. How am I looking with Ash? I don't think I have enough affection with it. Going by that picture, probably not. Oh no, not at all. Ha ha ha. It's bad. Let's just go. Bye, Ash. There I go again. I didn't like you enough to change things. Okay. Got a new thingy already. Oop, there we go. What was the previous line? If he so much as harms a hair on either Zach's or Rebecca's heads. He might have already done so with Isabella, and I wasn't able to do a single thing to keep her safe. I can't let the same mistake happen again. Okay. Just a wee bit difference. I wonder why that was different, because Bella would have been dead by now regardless. Is because I didn't go with... I think I went with Becca, didn't I? Confusion. Maybe I should stretch the truth this time. Don't know if that'll do anything. I mean, it's too late for us anyway.
The only time you did talk to me was to spout some vague nonsense about Luke. What was that all about?
Oh, hello.
Were you somehow expecting me to just accept everything as it is?
You really shouldn't go near that man, Becca.
Why? Because you don't trust him? I wonder if you actually trust anyone. Aside from the three of us, Zach, Isabella, and myself, do you even have any other friends? If you're perfectly fine with that, then go ahead. No one is stopping you. But don't expect me to share the same views.
Oof.
I can have a life of my own. Friends that I don't necessarily share with you.
Oof.
I'm an adult, Ashton, and I can make my own bloody decisions. I sure as hell can choose the people I want to let into my life.
Of course she's allowed to do as she pleases. I never mentioned she couldn't. Us growing up together doesn't mean it always has to be just the two of us. It's a dumb idea to believe in when nothing ever remains constant. Oof. Poor Becca. Things will inevitably change through the years. She'll make friends with people outside of our little circle. I'm just as free to form relationships with other people. But why, of all people, did it have to be him? Why does it have to be Luke Wright? That guy is nothing but trouble. How can she defend a guy like that? She's already calling him Luke, for Pete's sake.
I trust Zach, I trust Isabella, and I trust you, Rebecca. So why can't you trust me on this? You need to stay away from that man. Because he's... I really wish I could tell you.
What was that saying Isabella mentioned before? A liar is a brother of a thief. Are we... Yeah, we're back. Alright.
She was the one you kept mentioning before, yes? The girl you frequently hang out with.
Alright, because we didn't take her to meet you. Hey, look at that. Nodes! Unlocking nodes. You love to see it.
They said she briefly worked for them, as their real estate agent for the mansion.
Damn. Oh, actually. Haha, funny time to do this. I just... No. Wait. Abort. Not abort, but wait. I need to die. I'm not doing the thing, but I just remember I don't know why that reminded me, but like, I need to... Speaking of... Oh, it was nodes. Nodes unlocking. I need to die.
I've just heard about it. Although, for what it's worth, I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. But if this is that man's doing...
Cloudy glasses.
Professor, please.
Please. Not like this.
You saw me last night at the housewarming party, Ash. Pretty sure I'm doing fine.
You don't sound fine.
I'm not asking about that. Remember the letter thing Isabella's been yapping on about? I'm asking about that kind of odd.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter. I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst.
Poor Zach.
Anyway, why are you asking about this?
As expected, as we go through all this, Zach starts to look at me like I've grown a second head. Yeah, I would too if there was ever a universe where I was standing in front of myself. Because even as a child, I never believed in ghost stories. Yes.
You ain't the only one stuck in this mess, you know.
That was my decision to make that dialogue choice.
It's my job to know things, damn it.
This is a whole fucking mess and we're in it blind. The only way to make it worse is if we start running around like a bunch of headless chickens. But I have a concrete plan now, I think. Aside from these writings, there's another thing linking most, if not all of those victims. The latter I'll still have to look deeper into, of course. However, this little detail had been bothering me since Inspector Abigail pointed it out during briefing. Even the news has picked up on it. Most of the victims are employees of the same company before their untimely deaths, Briar Realty Corporation. However, my suspicions are mine for the moment. The details are something Zach doesn't need to know until I have something to show. It's enough that he's aware that I have an idea in mind. For his part, Z-Man doesn't push it, and nothing but a heavy silence leads my departure hours later. Alright, time to die.
No, Zachary, I was just talking to her. She was alive, and I shouted at her.
Hello.
I should have at least heard her out, given her the chance. She was so worried about everyone, that something might happen to us. Zach, she was warning me. She said we might be in danger. Remember Rose Cooper, her co-worker, on the news? You've heard it, right? She was saying something about her and the letter she got from that mansion.
Whoa, wait there, Rebecca. That's a huge jump in logic right there. And a little bit too much to take in at once, frankly.
I know that. If nothing happened, I wouldn't have given it much thought. But as it is, what if she was right all along? What if that letter she found really has something to do with this? The same thing was written in her room, with her own blood and...
And nothing. I expected to hear a better argument from you, Rebecca. And before you ask, the stupid letter's with forensics now, along with the other evidence. Don't waste your time looking for it. The whole case is a train wreck as it is.
Sure, I could also check the station for full reports. That's the easy, semi-legal way. But what if I just broke in and died a horrible elevator death from a spider ghost? You thought about that? Here we go, we gotta watch her come for us. I was hoping that if I broke it enough times that she would crawl a little faster. Well, I might as well just watch her. She should be speeding up pretty soon. Yeah, there she goes. How come you get so fast near the end? Eugh. Yep. Ah. Sweet relief. Boop! Ah. Now I can relax. My nodes are unlocked. Ah, the things you let happen to you just so that you can unlock nodes. My goodness. So silly. I'm the real crazy person. Okay, something new. What's happening? I died. Z-Man has mentioned dreaming about a woman. Whether it's the same one we've been seeing, I've yet to ask. Probably should have asked that earlier. Bottom line, he likely knows as much about this as I do. Isabella already died because of it. Flashback time. Okay. Breaking into my dead friend's
Your friend
apartment.
was caught on right property, and you better believe I'm not happy about this. Not one bit.
Yeah, but Hana's not dead. Isn't that something to celebrate? This should be different, actually. I wonder if Hana will come down to the station? I want to say that there must be some sort of misunderstanding. Zack isn't the type to do such a thing, unless it was his plan all along. In that case, I couldn't just charge blindly into this without all the details, no matter how much I want to believe my friend's innocence. And Wright? Luke Wright? What on earth was Zack thinking? In any case, it doesn't look like Chief is happy, even if I don't protest and give him a salute. Not pleased at all at the fact that he grabs me and pulls me aside is any indication. If I were to describe his expression, he looks ready to kill me.
I swear, Frey, if you're behind this, if you told Steele to stalk the Wrights because you were taken off the case, I'll...
Oh, of course, because Hana didn't die. They don't pin Zack with all the serial killer murders. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. No wonder this is different.
I'm not stupid enough to ignore chain of command and go against official orders. Give me some credit, Chief.
And you better be sure you didn't. Luke Wright is coming here, and we both know he's trouble.
What about Anna?
I'd consider your friend lucky if he only gets charges put against him. Maybe if we can make sure he's in a good mood, he won't escalate the situation. Hell, maybe we'll have a bloody miracle and Steele only gets a slap on the wrist, but Lord knows it's unlikely with that man.
You know him well, Chief.
An observation, not an accusation. But it might as well be, with how things panned out from the night of the housewarming party to the morning that followed. His wife's familiar with them, too. Who's to say that friendship hasn't colored the investigation into Luke Wright? I don't want to accuse my superior, but damn it, he makes it difficult.
Of course I'd do, shouldn't you? We've been looking into the guy for so long.
I mean, your wife was cheating on you with him.
I'd call you a bad detective if you can't even tell me whether he's right or left-handed.
That's an easy one. He's left-handed, but he's been taught to use his right. You can tell when he picks something up with his left hand, but when he realizes that, he moves it to the right.
Okay.
Well, at least I don't have to question your ability. Anyway, if I were you, I'd either go and make myself scarce or sit down and shut up. Don't go aggravating people, basically. Because you have a knack for that at the worst of times.
Sorry, Chief. As much as I hate to say it, but he's right. It's better to keep my mouth shut and not make things worse for Zack. There's not much to do now but hope for the best. They don't call for an investigation when it comes to petty felonies. Worst case scenario, he's looking at a fine worth £5,000 and 6 months in jail. Best case scenario, we get the charges bumped down to trespassing, a misdemeanor and juvenile offense, and he'll be given probation and will be charged for restitution. At this point, those seem to be the most likely outcome. I don't see how he could have been framed for breaking and entering unless he was taken into somebody's property against his will. Even in my head, that sounds unlikely.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I think I'm a delight to be around.
This is what I'm talking about.
Tell that to my blood pressure pills. Anyway, let me handle him, alright?
Handle who? Right on cue, the moment Chief says that, you know who arrives. And like the arrogant show-off that he is, he makes sure his arrival is well noticed by everyone within the immediate vicinity. The guy ignores the front desk even when Benjamin tries to greet him. He just blows past him, walks in all high and mighty as if he owns the place. Meanwhile, that creepy butler of his trails behind like a tame dog on its leash. It doesn't help either that the other officers stop whatever it is they're doing and stare. Whether it's out of suspicion, curiosity, or, judging by some of their starstruck looks, awe. They should quit it, get back to work, and stop giving the man the attention he's obviously seeking.
I'm here to report a crime.
A crime has happened against me.
Of course, why else would you be here? You're either reporting something or being put behind bars, you imbecile. I'm going to...
Ash. Calm down, Ashton. No need to rile yourself up. I need to calm down. Not for him, not for myself, but for Zach. It's already difficult holding back when his face looks like it could use a good right hook. Better to just let the chief handle him. Sure enough, he's the first to walk up to him, bearing a smile way too friendly for comfort. Looking at them like this makes me sick to my stomach. It's easy to know there's something up underneath the guise of keeping up appearances.
I'll be happy to assist you with that, Mr. Wright. You'll have to issue your statements as victim and witness. We'll have to determine probable cause and properly file a criminal complaint. Of course, you understand.
Oh, I understand, though I don't see why you can't file that thing yourself. The cause is obvious, isn't it? He was breaking into my home in order to pilfer my belongings.
Well, we'll still need that police report. The prosecutor will be the one to determine what charges you can legally file against the accused.
Reports and prosecutors, why should we law-abiding citizens suffer through all that? Thugs like him should be kept off the streets. I mean, it's so obvious who these people are. You can practically spot them.
Hold on one second. Ugh. Sorry, I swallowed the wrong way. Anyway, please continue. Scumbag. Wait, hold up. Is this guy for real? Can he hear himself? He's not saying what I think he's saying, I hope.
You come here to our country, take advantage of our wealth and generosity, while we proper Brits work hard and pay our taxes.
Oh boy.
All the while they break our laws and ruin our civilized community. Trash like these should be kept contained. These uneducated...
Now, Mr. Wright. I know you're upset about what happened, but perhaps we should move to my office.
Of course. The sooner we can deal with the petty criminal, the better.
I can't believe the audacity of this guy. Did he really think himself better just because he was born rich?
I swear they should just ship these peasants back to where they came from. They're all criminals. It can't be helped. It's in their genes.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Despite myself, in spite of every restraint I've placed on me, upon hearing those words I can't help but open my mouth. Chief's warning be damned. This is my friend he's fucking shitting on. Okay, before I pick this, I haven't picked this yet, but I think there's a node associated with this choice. Yeah, there's like a thingy here. And I'm wondering if there's not one for here. This seems to just play out no matter what. But I'm wondering if the node is Hana being alive. That changes this. So I'm gonna try it again.
They're all criminals? It's in their genes? Come here and say that to my face, you bastard!
Chief's face. I realized my mistake only after the words have tumbled out of my mouth. True, I shouldn't have put myself out on the spotlight like that. But this guy. This fucking guy.
Oh, and who is this loud young man?
Should have kept my mouth shut. He glances at me like I'm a flea, a pest. But it's more disgusting how everyone here can't even see how rotten he is.
Frey, stand down! I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. Luke, you have to excuse him. He's under a lot of stress. Just got removed from a case and the man is an acquaintance, you see.
I can't believe you're all just listening to his shit.
But I'm not taking any of my words back because he is an utter bastard. From the way he stares at everyone in this room to what he's done to Zach, it all reeks the rot that is Luke fucking Wright. Even after so many years, nothing has changed. He's still the same slime ball who does everything to get what he wants.
The thief is a friend of a cop? Now that is the start of a joke if I've ever heard one. A thief and a cop walk into a bar.
He's not a thief!
And yet we found him trespassing on my property. There are eyewitnesses, and his grubby prints are probably all over my pristine walls as he was breaking in. Face the facts, little policeman. You've made the wrong sorts of friends.
He's not a criminal!
And that is the truth, but with the way everyone is looking at me right now, this must have been how Isabella felt when we didn't believe her about the letter. Just the thought of that leaves a bitter taste in my mouth.
Calm yourself, Frey! Unless you want me to throw you in a cell myself.
I understand you're upset that your friend is locked up, but the law is the law.
What?
And don't you worry, I won't be pressing charges against you. I don't know what charge, but I'm sure I can think of something if I need to. Do put a leash on your people, Chief Inspector. He might hurt himself. Being that angry can't be that good for his health.
Ah! I'm so livid. Let me tell you. An LPD officer informed Ashton of Zachary's detention. Immediately, he rushed to the precinct where he met Luke Wright, there to file the charges against Zach. When the detective confronted him, he was immediately ordered to stand down, much to his anger. I'm livid. Fist clenched and jaw tight, I'm nearly ready to just sock this guy good and make do on that promise of a right hook. My frustration about it all must have shown, because only now do I realize that the other officers have also jumped in to hold me back all this time. They don't even let go of me, not until Wright and the Chief are out of my sight. And it's awkward going on from there. The precinct is quiet, though the usual hustle and bustle of activity stayed. So I'll skip ahead. Well, I guess I'll check that later, see if I got that node. Sorry, bucko. Ugh, sorry, Bella. Good grief. Such horrible things I'm seeing. I wonder... I think the only other choice that's left is whether or not to shoot Luke. Oh, right. I do have to see Zach. Zach! I'm sorry. Man. Saw all three friends in the space of, like, 20 seconds. Okay. Let's clear up some of this stuff. Here we go. I think. Especially if my assumption's correct and that the reason Zach was there was because of the curse. Something must have happened there for him to see the need to look into it and break inside that place. What if the couple has fallen victim to the curse? It doesn't fall outside the realm of possibility. I've been so biased, not even thinking that they might be in danger as well. But during the open house with Isabella, they might have seen the letter and... Fuck.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Some fucking detective I am.
Alright, are we back? No. Well, yeah, we have actually skipped some. It's not only my life on the line here, there are others. What happened to my friends I won't wish on anyone else, no matter how much I loathe them. Tonight, by whatever means necessary, I have to get in there, find a way to break this damn curse. But I won't be able to do that without the letter with me. Okay. So because Hana's a lie, we have a them. Try to save someone. We'll see if we can. Don't know if it'll be possible. Wonder what Hana's reaction to Ash getting impaled with a fire poker will be. Not to mention, is Luke still gonna torture Ash? Since no one's gonna save him? Yeah?
My wife's also been missing since last night. If I find out you have something to do with it.
Ah, she's missing. Gotcha. Alright. Hana Wright? Missing?
What? Why would I? It's none of that. That's not why I'm here. You have to believe me. There's someone else. I think it came from this house. There's this letter and a curse, and she's... We're all in danger. You need to let me go, so I can help before it's too late. You saw the letter, you must have seen it, and we're going to die because of it.
Probably think I'm a lunatic.
And it might even have something to do with why your wife's gone.
And we're back to the madman ramblings.
Definitely think I'm a lunatic.
Yes, I think I do remember you. You're the one from the precinct the other day, aren't you? When I went there to handle that business with the other peasant. You looked so mad when I spoke about him. And that man really did break into my house. Was he your partner? Another hitman? He failed. So now you're here to finish the job.
I told you I'm not a hitman! I came here to try to save your skin, asshole!
Ew.
Now, being rude doesn't make things better for you.
Punch a guy in the gut while he has a concussion, will you? Rudeness. Ultimate rudeness. Alright. Time to break out of here. We'll see how this all plays out. Okay. Time to get impaled, Ashton. I'm so sorry. I hate doing this to you, I really do.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time for you.
Bang bang. Bang bang. And I'm dying. Okay, well at least this time you are supposed to be here. Alright. At the top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands. To make matters worse, that thing's behind her, menacing. A rotting hand wrapped firmly around her neck. She looks like death. Pale and shaky, eyes red with tears, we nearly don't hear her as she pleads.
Luke, help me. Please.
I told you you didn't die. Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. And now, you're dying. Meddlesome fool. How does dying alone feel, Ashton Frey?
Why were you so loud, robot ghost? Whoa! Ah! Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. Here, there's only a whispered sigh, a fading breath, and a lone heart that beats hard one last time. I guess Hannah did kind of have her neck full to notice Ashton dying horribly. The ominous figure of Hannah Wright being choked by a ghost. Memory fragment. Okay. Last chapter. Let's see what happens this time. Just the two of you now. Just the happy couple that's left. I'm curious if they survive or not. I did show Hannah the photos. I don't know if they'll put two and two together. Let's see. Okay, there we go. It's on a whim that I've chosen to cook. Sure, I have a lot of other things I could have done instead, but cooking distracts me, and I do find it relaxing on the rare occasion I step up to the task. On the tray, 2 plates of roti paired with spicy beans, boiled eggs, hash browns, and bacon, topped off with peppers, courgettes, and akis. I can't get back to sleep after my abrupt awakening earlier. Although I did think about drinking to get some 40 winks, I've changed my mind at the reminder that my very pregnant wife is sick in bed. I love my alcohol, no doubt, but there are times when even I shouldn't drink. As it is, I'm running on nothing but 2 cups of coffee. But before I can even shake Hannah awake and present her what I've prepared, a knock interrupts me. Leaving the tray on the table, I open the door to be greeted by none other than Shrokin. The sight of his grumpy face is enough to dampen my good mood, and I can only follow when he gestures towards hallway. That's a very grumpy face. I have questions as to why he would bother me at this hour in the morning. But going by the grim... or rather grimmer than usual air about him, it must be something serious. The man stands there as relaxed and cool as can be, but his eyes hold an intensity that promises nothing but trouble.
I do hope I wasn't interrupting anything.
Well, I have plans. Sleeping in is one of them, too. But apparently, the world conspires against me. What do you want?
If you wish to sleep so badly, feel free to tuck yourself back in bed. I thought you ought to know that we've had an intruder.
And sue me if that doesn't pique my curiosity. Intruders, thieves who would dare set foot into my house to try and rob me were rare. If they had any form of experience, they'd have an idea not to mess with the rights, no matter how tempting our riches may be. But that did not mean attempted robberies did not happen. What was strange about this one is the fact that Stroken thought it was important to bring to my attention. Oftentimes they deal with pests because I wouldn't really care how they take care of it, so...
This needs my attention, why? Are they any danger?
Actually, I think I'll let you be the judge of that. He's down in the parlor. Come on.
I glance at the bedroom door, hoping to goodness that Hana will remain fast asleep before following him downstairs. Through the foyer, and into the parlor, where a familiar man sits unconscious tied up to one of the chairs.
I thought I heard something scurrying around. As it turns out, it's a giant rat. And one that had pretended to be a harmless mouse, too.
Oh. Poor Zach. Wasn't actually expecting to see him tied up like that. It's kind of disturbing. Come Sunday morning, Luke continued caring for his sick wife, going as far as preparing breakfast for her. However, before he could wake Hana, his butler called his attention to a problem in the foyer. Oops. It's that black man, the one who called himself a friend of Hana's. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. To think he would be caught trying to, no doubt, rob me blind. It's a bit disappointing. I thought I'd be proven wrong in my assumptions. Oh, Luke. He is a gollywog, after all. But the man had seemed the serene, if nervous sort when I met him. He had seemed an honest, good-natured man, though his friendliness with my wife irked me to no end.
And he's still alive, isn't he?
It's hard to tell. With the way his body is too still, breathes too light. But it is there, the subtle rise and fall of his chest. Its presence lets me breathe a sigh of relief. A death caused by one of my men is normal. To be expected, really. A dead body I can deal with. It'll just be the one of many I've seen. But if one turns up while the missus is at home, I'm not too thrilled with the idea.
I saw no reason to do more than incapacitate him. So yes, the man is still alive. Of course, that can be remedied if you wish.
No, this is fine. He wasn't trying to kill us, was he?
If he was wholly unprepared. But I do not think he had such nefarious purposes. He is a big man, but he seems too soft to be a hired killer. A common trespasser or petty thief, maybe. Certainly nothing more.
If a petty thief dares to try anything against me, people are forgetting their place. He's to be made an example of. A guy slacks off for once and everyone thinks they can get away with taking advantage. His thieving ways is going to be his one-way ticket behind bars. It's only as my anger washes away that I realize that the sun is starting to rise off into the horizon. And I can only feel annoyance at myself for missing another night of sleep.
Call the police then. Let them round him up and bring me some bloody coffee while you're at it.
Bring me some bloody coffee! Thankfully, he leaves me to my own simmering as I take one of the free seats. And while waiting for my drink, I find myself staring at this man. And, as it always does when I'm in such a situation, the power I wield hits me like an unnatural high. It's something else when I can hold a man's life in my hand without resorting to murder. A person is as good as incarcerated the moment I send them Harvey's way. And this makes me wonder if I can make luxury living grovel, beg for my forgiveness because of the crime committed against me by one of their staff. Deep in my thoughts, stuck in this power trip that rushes through me, I barely notice we have company until Stroken puts a cup of coffee in my hands.
Officer Carl and his colleague are here to collect. They'll want your statement.
And, as he says, there are 2 officers by the door. Though I can't even bother to spare them the slightest of glance before looking back at the unconscious gollywog.
If they need my statement, I'll give it to their chief. I'm due a visit to a good friend anyway.
After my coffee and a bit of breakfast, of course. Alright, interesting. Nope. Once I'm done breaking my fast and after a cool shower, I call for Shrokin to drive me to the police station so that I can give my statement. Through it all, Hana still slumbers, sleeping off whatever illness has taken her. What about all that delicious food you made? The food!
Ah, well, that's a shame, I suppose. Figured if we could get any leads, it'd be from you.
I can't stop the scoff that leaves me. Can these police officers really be so incompetent? The chief of the damn police force seems to find it amusing, however. Because as far as I can see, whether he believes it or not, he's got it easy in our little deal. He just has to sit back and relax, let me do my thing, and not turn against me while he gets to live a comfy life. But perhaps that's why I haven't killed him off yet. His predecessor to the position wasn't so agreeable.
You know, someday I'll stop turning in my own men when they piss me off. And what will you do then? You and your men will all be lost without me.
I'll just hope that when the time comes, I'll already be all wrinkly and retired then.
It's a play of his, it always is. To act all casual and chuckling at everything like it doesn't faze him. Pretends he's one of those kind, wise old men types so that people can't bring themselves to be angry at him. But I've seen him drunk off his arse bemoaning his fate, what he's become, though he tries to be as vague as he can, even in his inebriated state. And I've seen the malice this man is capable of. That's why it confuses me with how he reacts to what I say next.
So what is our little gollywog looking at?
Now, there's never a time or place for that kind of racist talk, son.
Good on you, Lee. Good on you. He cuts me off in a firm tone before I can say anything further. There is steel in his eyes, and he near slams his fist on the table when he does. Good on you, Lee. And I can't help but sigh, realizing that he's going through one of his self-righteous streaks, rare as they may be.
You know our little deal ties up my hands when it comes to a lot of things with you. But I hear that Steele is a good kid, and I ask you at least show a bit of respect.
He's a felon. I think I'm entitled to call him what I please. I don't owe him any respect at all.
In my pocket he may be, but he still chose the path of the policeman himself when he was a young man. And I bet it just boils his blood that he has to deal with the likes of me. But I, in turn, hate this side of him that makes him think he's still some do-gooder, some hero of justice. Because spineless fools were useful. Self-righteous ones forced me to do away with them eventually.
You put plenty of your own white men in jail. I don't see you calling them a... I don't know, white cracker or whatever lingo they have nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And if not respect, you can at least owe the lads some basic human decency.
Alright, Lee knows what's up.
Whatever. But if you gotta stick up your ass about it, I'll concede. He's going behind bars either way, for however long that is.
Besides, what does it matter if he's black or white? The color of his skin doesn't change anything about current circumstances. It's a trifle matter to argue over.
It's 6 months and a fine worth 5,000 for breaking and entering. Unless you'd be willing to go easy on the guy. Let him bump it down to a misdemeanor and juvenile offense. We'll be giving him probation and charge him for the damages.
And that's it?
Those eyes, what?
That's it. That's what a white man gets, and that's what he gets too.
Oof.
Unless you're going to stir up a fuss and make a big deal out of this.
In case you've forgotten, I do what I want, Lee. I don't even see why you protect the man. He's nothing but a petty thief.
And won't that look bad on you? The Luke Wright, getting his panties in a bunch over a petty thief.
Nice.
You said it yourself. He's nothing. Not worth your attention or effort. So why don't you just let me handle it like I'm supposed to?
And I do hate to say it, but he's got me there. I hate that all this power comes with a great balancing act. Be too lax and people will think they could get away with the smallest of things. Be too harsh and people will... well, they'll not want to work with me for long, and that's never a good thing in the long term. And it shows on me poorly if I were to fuss over such an insignificant little maggot.
Now, is that all you're here for?
Well, there is another thing I want to ask.
What? Can't I visit a friend? That detective. Feathers. Should I be concerned about him? He seemed keen.
Feathers? Oh, you mean Frey. Nah, he's not really anything to worry about. I got him assigned to your case to make the whole thing believable. The boy's a good detective, one of the best I have on the force, but he won't be able to do shit with all the red tape tying him up. In fact, the higher-ups just took him off your tail.
The case against me? I still have one? Harvey, my dear old friend, have you been slacking off? Surely I told you to take care of that sort of thing. Surely it shouldn't have taken you this long. Surely it should be quiet by now on your end. They shouldn't be assigning anything to what's supposed to be a cold case.
I doubt you've got anything to really worry about unless you go out there and announce the shit you've done. They don't want to accuse the most powerful man in Luxburn without being 100% sure about things, of course.
Are we back? So nonchalantly. Are we back nonchalantly? Alright. Following the altercation with Ashton Frey, Luke Wright met with LPD's Chief Inspector Lee to discuss what they would be doing with Zachary Steele. Oh my goodness. He was also surprised to hear that the investigation on the Luxburn firm case was still ongoing, which the chief reassured him about. Coughing, sneezing. I'm a mess. Hana still rests, I assume. I hear nothing to say otherwise. Not her voice or her laughter, which will easily fill any space with cheer. Everything is quiet, other than the hum of engines from the car being brought away. A bird's cry sounds off from the garden, snapping me out of my reverie and makes me look in that direction. It's an easy decision to go there. If Hana is resting, recovering from sickness, I don't want to disturb her with how agitated and annoyed I am underneath the surface. No matter how well hidden I can keep it. Not to mention, I've been neglecting the garden for too long. Might as well stay put out here for the time being. Alright. Time to meet Ghost Lady again. Okay, I'm running in. Hey, you're awake, sleepyhead. Good to see you. Did you have the cold breakfast I made for you? Here you go. Nice. I can at least give you some flowers. Oh. Well, I still got those, eh? I'm glad Hana didn't find those. That's somewhat of a relief. Okay, what's gonna happen now? Alright. Getting all the flashbacks. Alright. Hana's missing, so that doesn't play out too differently. Good to know. Maybe during the torture stuff. This is probably now. Okay, got those nice eyeballs. Alright. On top of Hana missing, the power failure, and that woman who keeps trespassing in my home. Forgive me, I have every right to be this cheesed off in the middle of the night.
What do you mean we have a problem? Haven't we had enough for one night? Good lord! Do I have to be the one to fix everything, every little issue that pops up in this house? Do I have to be there every single time? Can't you just fix it?
Ah! My men know I dislike doing legwork unless it's of the utmost necessity and importance. If I did do something on my own, it is only done in the direst of situations. That or I must be very, very bored.
I can, but I thought you might want to see this one for yourself before any disposal occurs.
Fine. Hana likes me well enough. We haven't been exactly in good terms lately for that statement to be true.
Why do you even care if I'm still counting or not? And we're wasting time here. Come on now, lackey. If you say he's in the study, to the study we go. And mush.
And mush.
Sometimes I must wonder how well you sleep at night, and why I haven't smothered you yet.
Oh, so droll, Shrokin. I tell you what. Alright, let's skip ahead. We go down, we go up, we go down.
And it might even have something to do with why your wife's gone.
And we're back to the madman ramblings.
Alright. Just that one little change. Do we go down? Okay, we're going down to find Marianne. Oh, I guess I'm looking at that. Hold on, Marianne. I mean, not that there's much to hold on to, but... yeah, they found a bloody mess. For a moment, once the horror has passed, I considered pinning her death on that little pig. But why should I even? Nobody else knows of her just yet. We could just make her body disappear, along with the detective, once we're done with him. That'd be the simpler route. But this will have to be decided later. Alright. Bye, Shrokin. And what of Hana? What did they do to her? A bullet to the head is least he deserves for creating this nightmare.
That's right, my love.
Gotta stone him. Shoot him. Impale him with a fire poker. Something.
I told you you didn't die.
Luke.
Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. And now, you're dying. Meddlesome fool.
I'll try to see how this all plays out.
How does dying alone feel, Ashton Frey?
At least I won't jump at the lightning. Ah! No lightning, I mean thunder. Didn't jump at the thunder, but there was no thunder. Blurg. I've always been cautious and careful, cutting off trouble's head before things can escalate if I'm able. That's why I deal with the likes of Harvey, Suarez, and Johans. For all who we are, for all the enemies the likes of us can make, such a thing has never happened before. Because I do everything to make sure it doesn't happen. So to see Hana in danger, I don't quite know how to feel or what to do. Not that there's anything I can, weak as I am, with this headache crushing my skull, bearing down on me with a weight that leaves me gasping. Soon, despite my efforts to fight it, the entire room tilts forward and the floor rises to meet my face.
Luke!
Oh, that didn't quite play out how I thought. Above the deafening din of thunder and the howling of the winds, her sickening laughter is the last thing I hear before the blackness spreads and claims me. My whole body seizes with a gasp violent enough to wake me. Just as soon, my eyes flings open, looking wildly around, searching for that familiar, sickening smile. There's a brief moment of confusion when I don't find her and see only an empty room before me. Okay, wasn't kind enough to give you Hana. Wonder she killed her. The storm still rages outside, with a draft sweeping into the room from the balcony door I'd forgotten to close last night. Is this the same or different? However, I don't even get to close my eyes when someone starts to ring me up. What is that noise? Who even calls at this time of night? That's a weird ring. I can't decide if I want to ignore it, or if I want to point out that it's already past midnight and chew them out. Buttercup! Oh, it's so cute. But when Hana's number appears on the screen, I answer without really thinking twice about it. The crackling of static blares noisily, making me wince. That's a problem every now and then, what with the area, of course. A minor inconvenience more than anything, so I think nothing of it.
Hana, why? Where have you been?
Hana!
We've been looking all over this place for you.
It's ridiculous to ask why she's calling. I'm not too surprised, though it does still worry me. She might still be sick, might not be fit enough to get up to her feet on her own. The call is probably a matter of convenience more than anything. She probably needs me to bring her here or something. But there's nothing but silence on her end. Maybe she sat on her phone when she went to sleep?
Hello? If you don't answer, I'll have to hang up, Buttercup.
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down. Attic. That again.
What? The attic? What are you doing there? The servants haven't been sent to clean that place yet.
Despite complaints and all, I throw the blankets aside and rush outside before I can let another question go. Okay, still got her on the phone. Into the hall and straight to the nearby door. ignoring the heavy creak it gives when I fling it open and bolt up the old stairs.
Look, don't go anywhere. I do not want you breaking that head of yours trying to go down these stairs.
Aw, he's so worried about her.
Just wait for me, all right? I'm already on my way.
How even? Why did she go up there? There's nothing of interest, let alone anything of importance there. Really, how'd she even get up there? What possessed her to even go up into a musty old And the door shut close. I'm sure this is a fine sign. I wonder who that could be. The power was still off when Luke woke up. Brushing away the bad dreams, he tried to sleep them off, until his phone rang and Hana's voice came from the other end, urging him to get to the attic. Wasting no time, he rushed upstairs, but when the door opened... The door closes behind me the moment I step in.
Hana?
I was expecting it, but I was still not prepared. Oh no, and she killed the babies too. No! On the floor lies. Unconscious. Still. Her face turned away from me at such an odd angle it might as well be broken. Blood is pooled around her limp body, smearing her lovely lavender dress with an awful, sickening shade of red. And I should be worried, I should. I know this to be a fact. My wife's dead body lies silent in front of me. And our babies. If she's gone, then... Oh God. Oh God! But a whisper in my ear tells me that everything is all right, and I just... listen. Even the smell of blood and decay that hits me is cause for concern that I cannot muster. It tells me to sit on the bed, so I do. And my mind refuses to question the absurdity of it all, to question who dares order Luke Wright around like I'm the household help. The fact that I follow these instructions like a puppet on a string should terrify me. I should be screaming, fighting this with all my might. I'm a Wright. I definitely do not bow to the whims of others. And I'm a Chandler, too. If I'm going down screaming and kicking and biting and scratching. I'm not supposed to keel on over without a fight. But there's nothing. Nothing but a numbness slowly creeping up over me, like water lapping on my skin until the tides rise higher ever so slowly. A fog creeps into my brain, smothering every retort, my will to fight. It threatens to drown me, kill the fire in me, until I'm nothing but a being of apathy and emptiness. And as I sit on the bed, I feel arms wrap themselves around me and push me to lie down on the bed. I do because I don't care. I can't care about whatever happens to me next. All I am and all there is this room and the fog in my head. And the voices in my ear that tell me to stay and never leave.
Welcome home, my prince. Welcome home.
A cold welcome. Well. Epilogue? Epilogue. Alright. Well, gonna make a save here. We'll check out that tree later. A curious local discovers an eerily empty mansion months later. With its new owners having disappeared into thin air, whispers quickly spread across Luxburn City. Officers who investigated it have found only smears of blood on the walls and floors. Nothing else. Eventually, they have deemed the mystery of the Ermengarde mansion as another tragedy brought upon the city by the Anselm Butcher. But for those who still believe in the stories of the old, and those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets the Ermengarde mansion has hidden for centuries. If there will come a time those will finally be revealed, only the hollowed halls of the mansion know. To this day, it stands silent. However, on nights when the wind howls and thunder booms across the sky... Okay, so he's still behind the mirror? Some still claim hearing the voices within, of cries and wails that fill the nights and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen.
Somebody! Please! Get me out of here! Help! Anyone! Help me, please!
And I'm not watching you die, Kylie. I know nothing has changed enough for that to change yet. Alright, well. I wonder what she did to him in that bed. Do I want to know? Probably not. Let's load. And see how we did on nodes this time. I think we did pretty good. 20? Nice, 98. Oh man, so close on some of these with a hundo. For Bella, for sure, it's going to be the last. Yeah, everything's unlocked. Look at that. That looks just lovely. Yeah, it's just these two things. That's her other ending. So we'll get that another time. Let's see. What's this? Okay, this is Hana's other ending. So we won't unlock that for a while. Zachary, you're up to 87. There's something down below that I don't know about right now. Oh, look at that. That's all cleared. There's something here. Don't know what that is. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, there's like something here. Make sure this doesn't happen to anyone. Okay, still some work to do with Zachary for sure. And I don't know what this is. Marianne McCullough, where's your final thing that's hiding away? Here. Oh. Okay. I know what this is. This is like the alternate conversation between Luke and Hana. I have to listen in on, and whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Rebecca, 74%. Okay, there's a whole path down below that we haven't even touched yet. Don't know what that is. Probably has to do with one of, like, maybe Isabella's third ending or something like that. Okay. Oh, good grief. Look at how much there is involved if that's what that's part of. And I know there's something at the end here. But I have to get a higher affection with Ashton for. Maybe next time. Maybe it's this. Ashton, you're at 57. We're over halfway with Ashton. Hazur. Stretch the truth. But there's like a node for that one. Okay. Nodes. All the nodes. Did I... Where's the death scene? There we go. Ah. So nice to have that unlocked finally. That should be it for letting myself die, hopefully. Alright. There's a whole bunch of stuff still. Yeah, there's a lot. Look at all this. Hopefully this is like each person being alive kind of thing. Maybe. Yeah, we just skip so much for a while. And then we kind of catch up, and then we skip, and then we catch up, and then we skip everything. Alright. We need friends to unlock more nodes. And then whatever this is. Alright. We should be stopping prematurely, I'd imagine, with Luke. Ah, it's the same bad end. So these are all the same bad ends, but variants. Wonder what bad end variant C is. Huh. Alright, well. Progress has been made once again. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I was not expecting to... Well, I was kind of expecting, but not expecting, you know what I mean? Like, I was not going to... Well, I said I wasn't going to be shocked if Hana died, but then I was shocked. And I was kind of hoping that Luke and Hana would be able to be like a happy couple living off into the sunlight, sunset, sunrise, sun. Going off into the sun. But instead it was just darkness and death for everybody. So yeah. Poof, poor Hana. I saved her for like a second. And then I guess she got killed by the ghost instead of her husband though, so that's better? Sure, I'll tell myself that it's better. Anyway, that is it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed my continuation into madness of finishing this game. Next time, we're going to save Zachary Steele. So, we'll see what happens when Zach stays through the entire story. So, hopefully I will see you there for that, guys. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.